Whoa.
There he is, he's after it right there.
Steve was saying these magnum spots ought to be coming up on top. Did you see him come up and get that? Came up like a whale. He went,
Bam, I heard him. That's a big old spot.
just you saw that back come up and man, he missed it twice.
We've got schooling spots just ahead of us right here off the bow of the boat. See them coming up right there. This is what you want to look for when you're out here looking for these schooling fish. And it may be right on the bank, it may be out in 100 feet of water. You just want to keep you'll hear it a lot of times before you even see it. You want to make sure you keep your ears and your eyes open for it.
That must have been another fish.
Yeah, you missed one. That's just like...
Did you see that fish? He went completely over that lure. Just arched over it.
I'm telling you, man,
Well, that feels like a pretty good fish too. That is fun when you can see him out there. That fish was 6 inches out of the water, completely over the top of the lure, and then something else hit it. He hadn't come up yet.
That looked like a pretty decent fish one, or either you may have him foul hooked.
Whoa! I'd like to take this rod away from me.
Oh yeah,
Look
that's
at
a
that.
magnum spot
Ooh,
right there.
Good spot, good spot. I couldn't tell if I had him foul hooked or not.
Oh, I hear him behind us now.
No! Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to tighten this drag down.
How big a line you got on there?
Oh, 14, I think.
I wouldn't tighten it too tight.
Well, yeah.
The next one's liable to be a 20-pound striper.
I'd rather play with him.
While he's doing that 10-foot schooling right here.
Look at this guy. Man.
Oh yeah, that's a nice spot.
Boy, he is barely hooked too, though. Let's see if we can get him in here.
5 of those suckers right there will put you in the money in
Yee!
any tournament
Look
up
at
there,
that
boys.
guy. That guy go 3.
At least.
He's a pretty one.
3.5.
So look at the belly on that fish. So is that part from the blueback herring in this lake?
Yeah, it sure is. Those things, it's just been this year, we're catching a lot of fish that look like they've swallowed a softball. 2 years ago, that fish probably wouldn't have weighed 2.25 pounds. I'm no biologist, so I can't tell you for a fact, but the only way I can sum it up is since the bluebacks have gotten so prolific in here, the fish, the stripers, bass, every game fish we have in here are just healthy.
He looks like he's in great shape. Good fish. All right, bud.
Oh yeah. There he is, he's after it right there. He got it, man.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah, it's not
All
a good,
right.
it's not a real big one.
Huh, did that fish hit twice?
He hit 3 times before I finally got him to
They
take
just
it.
can't hit that zigzag and lure.
When they get after it, there was a monster with him. Look what a bull that one. See, there was 3 or 4 fish with him. See what a bull the other one left?
Huh?
It may have been a striper, but it was a big fish. We're sitting in Chestatee Bay right here, just below Little Hall Park. This fish, we're sitting in 45 feet of water, and this fish came up chasing blueback herring. Anytime you see them chasing, you want to throw a topwater bait on it and work it just as fast as you can, and when they start slapping at it, just keep moving it till they finally get it. When you come out here, you want to bring a pretty good variety of baits with you. With these topwaters, you want a chug bug and a super chug bug, which are 2 different sizes. You'll see them at your bait and tackle store. Keep a good variety of spooks, baby spooks, regular spooks, and super spooks. The main color patterns you want to use will be in a natural shad or even with a chrome and blue, just some kind of a natural bait fish imitator. And then my personal favorite bait, particularly for the bass, would be the Sammy's. It's made by Lucky Craft. He's still after it. See the boil coming up?
Sure did. Come on.
There you got it. That's a good spot there. That's what we're looking for.
Got him that time. What did he come up after it? 3 times?
He came 3 or 4 times after.
Whoa. Goodness.
Let's see what we got here.
That drag is fairly tight and he is going with it.
These spots are bad to the bone.
I'll say, look at that. Like I say, that drag is down tight and he is just running with it.
Oh, it's not a spot, it's a striper.
Is he? Okay. Duh, that'll do it.
Yep.
Huh. He swatted at that thing
That's
3
why I
times?
was swatting at it so many times. You want me to get him? That thing, they're pretty pretty dangerous with those hooks.
Yeah. All right, striper number 1. It's about 9:30 in the morning. We're in the mouth of Chastity Bay. We got a bunch of small stripers coming up, busting on top. This one came up and swatted at a spook 3 different times before it finally got it. Fishing is good up here, and they're hitting on top. All right, see you later when you weigh about 20. See if you can get another one here.
If one doesn't come up.
Yeah, okay. Get him. Boy, they are stacked in there now.
If that's not a striper, that is one Mongo spot. You got another bait tied on?
Yeah, sure do.
Go ahead and throw it in.
I'm going to come around you here and get at them while they're still up.
It's got to be a striper.
That would be good.
Gosh, they're all over. Look at this. Hear the drag just singing.
Huh. How big is that one, Steve?
I haven't seen him yet. Oh, it's about 6 pounds.
Huh.
The grass completely black with stripers right here. Okay, I'm gonna give you a chance to put a hook in my finger.
Good job. Well, we were at the right place at the right time then.
You can use a net on these fish, but I hate to. There you go.
Man,
oh,
oh man,
active.
look at that. He blew up on that thing twice and missed it.
This is what you can expect on a day of topwater fishing on Lanier. You're going to get a mixed bag. You're liable to catch a 20-pound striper, a 5-pound spot. You never know what it is. I hear them blowing up behind us still.
Man, he missed it twice.
But this is as good as it gets.
Well, that was fun.
There he is. There he goes.
All right. Another stripe?
Yeah, that was a definite striper. He was white.
All right, they're in here.
Oh, there's loads of them right here.
So the graph is still lighting up?
Yeah, there's fish all over.
So that's on a spook?
No, this was on a Sammy.
Was it? Okay.
I'm only using 10-pound tests, so I've got my drag real loose.
Yeah. I guess you'd rather have it lighter than too. Right.
Well, the lighter line you can use, the farther you can throw that bait.
There's one breaking right back there. We are on them.
Come up here. I just want to touch you, and I'll put you back.
How big's that one?
He's not very big. He's maybe 3 pounds.
All right. They are
But on
fun,
topwater baits, it's all fun. Just make sure you want to throw on their head. If you throw a lot of times 5 feet to one side of them, you won't get the bite. You want to try to hit the ring where the fish just blew. And then after you catch these fish, when you start to release them, don't just chunk them back in the water. Try to give them, you know, these smaller fish are not too bad about it. If you get one 12 or 15 pounds, he's going to stress real bad getting him in. So you want to just hold him in the water a lot of times and let him let you know when he's ready to go, just like that.
Steve, the blueback herring in this lake are the big news. They seem to have changed the way you're approaching fishing here. How long have they been in the lake? When did you first notice them?
Well, reportedly they've been in here for several years. You know, I've heard of people going and getting them and bringing them down here and releasing them and things, but I started catching them in a cast net probably 3 years ago, but you'd only catch, you know, 1 or 2 here and there. Just this past winter, I really started, and I'm talking about loading the net with them. There was a few days that, you know, I'd be in a particular creek and throw the net and have maybe 20 pounds of herring in the net. It just fill them full. Just stay upwind.
Whoa!
That's a big old spot.
Did you see him yet?
Yep. Up on up there.
Well, he grabbed that thing and took off.
I'll spit it out so I don't have to. Oh, in here.
Right now we're at the mouth of 2 Mile and 6 Mile Creek. We're fishing a little hump out here that the Corps of Engineers has marked with these orange balloons because they're a navigation hazard. I believe the Corps is talking about the lake may drop to 15 feet down before Christmas. What's that going to do to the fishing up here?
Actually, it's going to help the fishing. I mean, the less water you've got, the more concentrated the fish are going to be. And our wintertime fishing, we should find these stripers just stacked up in the mouths of these creeks. But the main thing it's hurting is it's a hazard out here. If you don't know the lake, I mean, a lot of these humps are marked, but there's still a lot of them that aren't. And they're getting them down there where there's not like a foot of water on top of them. Right now, the striper bite is really good at night with the long A bombers and things like that. But if you don't know this lake, I wouldn't recommend doing it at night right now.
Not too many people are fishing at night, are they?
I'm not. I'm hearing reports of a few people doing it, but no, I mean, it's just so much more fun in the daytime when you see the baits and you see where you're going, and the bite's been strong enough in the day that really, why waste your time? I mean, I'd rather be at home watching television at night, watching Georgia Outdoor News TV.
Do you see him come up and get that? Yeah, it's a stripe for sure.
That one busted it. See if he's got a buddy with him.
Look at that. He came up like a whale. He went,
Damn, I heard him.
He didn't slam it that hard, he just went.
I didn't see the take, but I definitely heard it.
He just, like I say, it was like a dolphin. Just, you saw that back come up and I hadn't slowed him down a bit yet. He is just cruising.
Better back your drag a little bit.
Well, I've got it actually set pretty loose here. And
That's seeming like a good fish.
He's working it.
I didn't see him.
I just happened to be looking at it at the right time. Look at that. He's going for the dam.
They tend to have a little bit of a bad attitude when you sink a hook in them.
Yeah. Look at that. Good string, boy.
Oh man, there's a wad of them under us right here.
You're marking them good?
Yeah, I'm marking them really good.
Huh. He didn't splash or rip or anything. He's just like, oh, there's lunch. Look at that. Taking more line. I didn't get a good enough look to know how big he is, but.
He thought that was one of those onion rings we had for lunch, didn't he? Oh, yeah.
This is the topwater bite that we've been talking about on Lake Lanier. Middle of the day, the sun's out, and we got striped bass hitting on the surface.
Oh, you were throwing a smaller. You changed baits on me.
Well, yeah, it said I was just wondering if they wanted a little smaller bite.
Be careful about those hooks.
Yeah, I know it.
I'd probably get my left hand on the plug first.
What about that?
There you go.
Woo! There we go.
And folks, when you get one of these fish on, do not try to gill the fish with your fingers like you would a trout or something, because these things have gill plates right in here that will cut you like a razor blade. So try to lip them. You can gill them, but if you're going to gill them, don't touch back in here.
All right, this one will go, what, 5 or 6?
Yeah, maybe a little
Good fish,
better.
good fight. Like I say, he didn't smash it on top, but that topwater bite is fun. That plug was there, and then the next minute something silver flashed, and away he went. Pretty fish. Here's one that we came for. This is about a 5 or 6 pound striper. We caught him about 3 o'clock in the mouth of 2 Mile and 6 Mile Creek on a little chug bug. He came up and just hit it just as smooth as a trout bite. This is exactly the kind of fishing we thought we'd see up here today. Steve Woodall's been catching good stripers like this and spotted bass all hours of the day, even on a bright sunny day like this. Topwater fishing ought to hold up for a while. It's a good time to come to Lanier for some topwater fun.